my memory, the first time when I can tell the difference between man and woman is when I was 5 years old. I tried to stand up and to pee like a boy. I don't know how you did it. But finally, I felt I couldn't make it. Was like, why? I don't understand what the fuck happened here. And that's the first time I feel, a little bit difference. Another feeling is when I play around with some crazy boy. We want to go to climb the trees. My father shout out to me like, "You are a girl. How can you go with that white boy? You should come back at home and be quiet." Then I start realize, okay, because I'm a girl, so I'm not supposed to do that kind of work or kind of things. And another feeling about gender is that I was the witness of domestic violence. As I born in south of China, born in a very small village in China. So it's quite normal for the husband to beat their wife, sometimes even in the street. But we don't even call it domestic violence. We call it beat the wife. So when I was so young, I really don't understand what happened. I always assumed that this must be the wife do something wrong, so that's why they got beaten. Then I start to go to universities, and I study feminist theory, and then I understand more and more about gender equality. I realize obviously it's not the women's fault to cause these beaten issues. And then I start to organize the Vagina Monologues. It's a feminist drama in China. We play several times in China. After I graduated, I start to become the full-time staff in a LGBT and gender organization in Beijing. In 2015, before the 7th of March, I joined the campaign to doing anti-sexual harassment in public transport, and then I get arrested with another 4 women. 5 of us get arrested, and we got detained for over 37 days in the jail. Part of the story in the jail is quite scary because the police asked me so many questions, like over 30, 40 times. Which college you go? Why did you go travel abroad? Why did you get involved with this movement, that action? Who organized it? Who give you money? Blah, 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 question like this. After that, I think they can wrote a book about my whole life because the document is this C in the end, all the evidence and documents. But the other part in the detention center is, I would say, interesting because I can meet so many different kind of women in the jail. It's like this big space. We have around 30 women sleep together every day. It's kind of like in the live TV show, Orange is the New Black. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they are thieves, drug dealers. They play Falun Gong, and some of the liars, and they smoke, cigarette, druggers, not legal in China and not legal here. And, a lot of them different kind of women. And I start to talk with them about lesbian movement. I think for some of them, it's the first time they really hear about lesbian, these words. We also talking about our sexual stories. What kind of men they like, how many times, how many men they slept together. Some of them share me about their sexual stories, and we talk about it and orgasm scenes. So it's quite, in another part, it's interesting, I would say, fruitful experience for me. And when I get released, my mom, I was sent back by police to my hometown in the small village. My mom just clung to me, cried because she never expect her good girl who go to very good university then can be arrested one day. So she said to me, I would like you to stay at home with me rather than to do whatever movement outside in Beijing, in the big city. She never know what happened outside. To be honest, there is some certain moment in the jail or out of the jail, I was thinking about maybe I should quit my job. Maybe it's not the work I gonna do because it looks so hard. It's so struggling. But when after I get released, I was so touched and moved by what was done to help us be outside of the detention center. I have a lot, feminist friends. They are activists, and I know they are so scary, so they go hiding. But even though in that situation, they dare to wear mask and go out to do campaign to us. And they insist to do it every day when we in the detention center. So they did it the 37 days, every day. They take picture and post in the website. And I also got friends from India, Korea, Canada, the United States. They also, sign statements. They make announcements, do petition for us to help us to support the women's issues. So I'm really touched and inspired by all of them. Sometimes I even feel like maybe a lot reports five of us, but actually the most powerful and most inspired person should be them. So not only this kind of woman, other women like my mom who have been through the domestic violence, but work really hard to feed her two young girls, and the women in the detention center, and the women maybe like all of you as a human being, when we have struggling, but we still can help, we still can find a way out. When we are have a hard time, but we still can know what we're gonna do and to find the right way to do it. In some certain points, we might be the victims, but we are not only victims, we are the survivors. In another point, we are not only survivors, I think we are fighters to fight for all of our life. So that's something I'm gonna share now, and maybe we can talk more later.